This video provides an illustration and brief overview of every form in this package. Viewing this video in total will offer you insight to forms that you may have overlooked in your brief introduction to this package. The project charter is developed early in the project life cycle and clearly sets the stage by aligning the team and stakeholders by setting goals and expectations. In most cases, the project charter, in conjunction with the vision statement, is the vehicle provided to the project sponsors as part of the approval process. The vision statement identifies a future state for the product when the product reaches completion. The vision focuses on the conditions and defines the stakeholders' view of the product service to be developed, specified non-technical terms defining the stakeholders' key needs and features. The project data sheet, PDS, is in terms of scope, schedule, and resources how a project will deliver on a vision statement, and is a single summary of key business and quality objectives, product capabilities, and project management information. The theme/epic structure provides the ability to graphically identify a hierarchy of an optional high-level theme and/or epic and depicts the user stories within that hierarchy. This is the optional visual version of the theme/epic structure. See Theme Epic Structure as Cell to provide ease of working with drag and drop objects to update the document. A user story is a particular business need assigned to the software development team. Using estimations of story points rather than time allows development teams to be less precise, where a story point is a metric used to estimate the difficulty of implementing a given story. A release plan communicates, to the level of accuracy that is reasonable, when the release will be available, what features will be in the release, and what user stories are included in the release. The sprint planning and meeting schedule provides a vehicle for recording a status of sprints and associated tasks for a given period. The Planning Poker Companion is a method for estimating story points for user stories accomplished by entering values provided by the Agile team with 4 optional methods for capturing and displaying results: the Fibonacci series, numeric series, hours approximation, and days approximation. The Risk Management Register provides a vehicle for recording potential risks on a project by recording, as a minimum, a brief explanation of the risk, the proposed mitigating strategy, the probability of the risk, size of loss in days, and risk exposure in days, actions needed to resolve the risk, and the current status. Generally, the sprint backlog status, as an output of the sprint planning and meeting schedule, defines the work that remains on the project. The sprint backlog contains many things not identified on the product backlog, including specific tasks that have been decomposed from the accepted user stories. This is the alternative Visio version of the sprint backlog status as an output of the sprint planning and meeting schedule to define the work that remains on the project. The 14-day sprint backlog contains the output of a sprint planning meeting. It contains a list of tasks that the Scrum team needs to complete during the sprint in order to convert a selected set of product backlog items into deliverable functionality within a period of 14 days. The 30-day sprint backlog is a 30 days version of the backlog. Product backlog grooming is a meeting that is held near the end of one sprint to ensure the backlog is ready for the next sprint. The story completion checklist contains a story name, activity, work products, and status. As Agile stories are finished, the product owner will work with their Agile team and the team Scrum Master to make sure that finished stories are truly complete. A sprint burn-up chart is a graph that shows the progress of work towards a goal line associated with a value on the vertical axis. The sprint burndown chart displays the remaining effort for a given period of time, Work remaining is the y-axis and working days is the x-axis. When the x and y axes coincide, the work is complete. The sprint velocity chart shows the amount of value delivered in each sprint, enabling you to predict the amount of work the team can get done in future sprints. It is useful during your sprint planning meetings to help you decide how much work you can feasibly commit to. An Agile iteration retrospective is a meeting that's held at the end of an iteration. The process of retrospecting is at the heart of Scrum. During the retrospective review, the team reflects on what transpired during the iteration and identifies actions for improvement going forward. These project management forms can be branded to your organization by customizing numerous parameters, including your company name and logo, copyright statement, and more. As with any Office document, you can then optionally make changes to the content at any time. Our project managers, business analysts, and technical writers have been adding forms and templates to our ever-increasing inventory since 2007. To view our inventory, type in the name of the topic on this page into your browser to view information on professionally developed packages and individual forms.